Welcome back to the channel. 1964 Nissan Skyline car marks a turning point in Japanese automotive history, a vehicle that started as a modest sedan and quietly began laying the foundation for one of the most legendary performance lineages the world would ever see. Originally developed by Prince Motor Company before merging with Nissan, the Skyline was a stylish, well-engineered car that combined practicality with surprising power and poise. In 1964, it wasn't just a family car, it was the beginning of something much bigger. On the outside, the 1964 Skyline had a clean, balanced design. It featured a sharp, squared-off body with subtle curves and a long, low stance. The front end wore dual round headlights and a narrow chrome grille, giving it a refined, sporty look for the time. Thin chrome bumpers and trim lined the windows and doors, and small steel wheels with polished hubcaps completed the classic aesthetic. In both sedan and wagon versions, the car had a timeless, understated appearance that made it stand out quietly on the roads of 1960s Japan. Inside the cabin, the Skyline was simple but smartly arranged. The dashboard was clean and functional, with clear analog dials and a thin, two-spoke steering wheel. Seats were upholstered in cloth or vinyl depending on the trim, and the materials, though basic, were put together with care. For its time, the Skyline offered generous legroom and headroom, especially in the rear seats. Some versions came with a push-button radio and clock, which added a touch of luxury to what was mostly a practical interior. Where the Skyline began to separate itself was under the hood. In 1964, Nissan offered the Skyline with a 1.5-liter inline-4 engine producing about 70 horsepower. But the big shift came with the introduction of the Prince Skyline GT variant, a version that stretched the front end and dropped in a 2.0-liter inline-6 engine taken from a larger sedan. This GT version was made to race, and it did exactly that at the 1964 Japan Grand Prix, where it nearly beat a Porsche 904, earning instant credibility and igniting a performance legacy that would grow over decades. The 4-speed manual transmission was smooth and reliable, and in the GT variant, it gave drivers sharp control over the power band. Handling was precise for its class, with independent front suspension and a live rear axle that kept the ride stable and predictable. Though it wasn't the fastest car on the road, the early Skyline showed that Japan could build cars that not only matched international rivals but could compete on the track. In 1964, the Skyline was priced affordably, aimed at Japan's growing middle class. It sold well because it balanced economy, style, and performance. Today, the early Skyline models, especially the rare GT versions, are highly collectible, with enthusiasts around the world recognizing them as the roots of a now legendary nameplate. Thanks for watching this video. Buy heavy duty.